You have heard so much about him, but in a few minutes you're going to hear from him.
Holla if you hear me.
I got a lot.
Talk to me. Say something.
I got a lot of good shit to tell you all this evening.
Holla if you hear me.
If y'all don't like it, well then fuck you too.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, and many and millions of y'all all on this earth and around the world. Welcome to a channel where you can just vent and speak your mind so freely and expeditiously. Remember, it's not what's said, it's how it's said. So please be mindful and respectable to others as you want them to respect you as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in, view, check out, and watch the Carlos Stargell Show with your host, the boss with the hot sauce,
the king with the real thing,
the prince with all the sense, the hound with the crowd,
the dog with it all,
Carlos Stargell,
the last.
Because when they made him, they broke the mold. So now it's time for the Carlos Stargell Show with your host, Carlos Stargell,
the last.
I got a lot of good shit to tell you all this evening.
On.
Yo, what's up? What's happening? How y'all be? What it do? Tell me something good, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, boys and girls. Welcome to the Carlos Stargell Show, a channel where you can just vent and speak your mind so freely and expeditiously, and you can be yourself at the same time. But remember, it's not what's said, it's how it's said. So please be mindful and respectable to others as you like them to do the same for you. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy, because it's going to be a stone brew. That's right, y'all didn't pay no money, so it's no need for y'all acting funny. And don't you dare be sour. So now it's time to just sit back, kick back, and enjoy the Carlos Stargell Show with me, your host, Carlos Stargell.
The last.
Because soon as they made me, they broke the mold. So here we go. And guess what?
I got a lot of good shit to tell you all this evening.
Hey, what's happening? How y'all doing? What it do? What it be like? Tell me something good, my brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Carlos Stargell Show. Yes, I'm your host, Carlos Stargell.
The last.
Because soon as they made me, they broke the mold. So, how y'all doing today? I'm all right. I'm all right if y'all all right. But just to let y'all know how I'm doing.
Feeling good, feeling great. Feeling great, feeling good. How are you?
Oh yeah, it's 50 degrees so far up here in Burlington, North Carolina. It's raining a little bit. But I want to give my shout outs and my love to all my people in Atlanta, Georgia, and to everybody in the dirty South, all across the country and all over the world, including Canada and Mexico. And and for whoever's birthday today, February the 23rd, happy birthday, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, and happy birthday, and God bless y'all with plenty, many more. Oh yeah. But like I said, I want to thank all the viewers and everybody who took the time to check out, view, and watch the Carlos Stargell Show. But if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the like or the subscription bell. And I sure would appreciate it.
Holla if you hear me.
Yeah. But like I said, I want to thank all the viewers, and I want to thank all the subscribers, including the new subscribers. Thank y'all very, 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 very much. Yeah, and for taking the time to subscribe to my channel, and I really do appreciate it. Yeah, but it's kind of gloomy and raining today up here in Burlington, North Carolina. But that's not going to stop me from doing what I'm doing now. I'm just going to still enjoy
The art of talking sugar honey iced tea.
Translation. Shit. That's right. Okay, y'all. Even though like I said, even though it's a gloomy day up here in North Carolina and it's raining, don't let that one monkey stop your show. If you got something you got to do or needs to do,
Go on and do it.
now if you can't, sit your ass down. That's right. But what I want to talk about today, just want to talk about, like I say, just want to, before I get started, I just want to let y'all know that live one-on-one video chatting is also available. So those who want or like to join live, please let me know. And those who claim they don't like to go live, got a question for you.
What y'all got to hide?
Is the police after y'all? Is the FBI, CIA looking for y'all? Do y'all owe somebody some money? Or how many bridges did y'all burn? That's the only reason that I can tell that to keep y'all from social media. And look, that is no jive.
Holla if you hear me.
So don't be scared to go live unless you feel somebody's after y'all. Evidently y'all did some dirt in the past and it's catching up with y'all. So you know what they always say, you reap what you sow and what you do will come back to you. So just don't admit your guilt, acknowledge it, and correct it. That's all you got to do.
Where the big bird?
That's right. Anyway, y'all, like I said, even though I like to do the solo tip sometimes, but I also like one-on-one live guests a lot of times because sometimes I get lonely. I just need somebody to join me and talk a whole lot of sugar honey iced tea with. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, y'all need to stop being so shamefaced and shy and quit acting like y'all owe somebody money and join me on the live chat sometimes. I'm not going to put no gun in your head to make you join live, but all I can do is ask. It's up to y'all to say yes or no, and all I can do is respect it on the real. But anyway, I want to give another shout out, like I said, to all my peoples in Georgia. And I want to give shout outs to my fiance, Veronica, for always supporting me doing this podcast because she the one told me that I need to get more into it because she said you got the voice, you need to use it. But to be honest with you, I do like to sing, but I don't like to tell everybody I can sing. But shoot, it is what it is. But I ain't got nothing to hide. I've been singing so long, I just got tired of it. And you get tired when you do something for so long, you eventually get tired and you want to venture out to other things. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I do enjoy singing. And that's all I can tell you. But anyway, what I want to talk about, it's really no particular subject, but it's on the brink of
Talking shit.
because that's what I do so well. But yesterday, I want to give my special guest from yesterday, Veronica Blair, for joining me live on my pod, the Carlos Starter Show. She really made it exciting yesterday. I mean, she said I had her laughing. Shoot, I enjoyed that because she had me laughing when she was laughing. And we've been friends for a minute. But I'm glad she honors the fact that I'm engaged and and that, like I said, friends do that. They honor and respect each other. Friends don't go around hating and hurting each other deliberately just to get their satisfaction. That's not a friend. That's a hater. And see, time out for haters and time out for all this.
BU double hockey stick sugar honey iced tea.
And that's on the real for real. But this weekend, WWE Elimination Chamber. For those who are wrestling fans, I heard it's supposed to come on like late, like early in the morning or before the sunrise, because they're over there in Australia, and it's a different time zone over there. So time is way different over here than it is over here over here in the Eastern Standard Time. But if I can't catch the actual live event, thank God for WWE on network on Peacock. I can still watch it regardless. And hell, I am going to watch it. I don't know if I'm going to watch the actual live event, but guarantee you and bet your a cricket letter, I will be watching it. But really, I can't wait to WrestleMania, because WrestleMania, that's the granddaddy of them all. And WrestleMania, WrestleMania always bring a show and be full of surprises too.
Hallelujah, man.
Yeah, but you know what though? I'm just gonna say this. That's what I want to talk about too. Wrestling. Wrestling has changed a lot over the years. I remember now when they had the WWF or E whatever back in the day. It was more about fam. It was more about family. They more about family because it was worldwide too. Now, also too, before it was WWE, when it was WWF, you had other wrestling organizations, companies, or whatever you want to call it. But back in the day too, it was more about territory. You had your AWA, which was up like in Minnesota or whatnot, and you had NWA, which was about territories, because NWA had more territories than any organization out there. Okay, you had NWA in California, like Los Angeles, San Francisco, Washington State, Portland, Oregon, Texas, Georgia, all the Carolinas. They had more territories than anything. But back in the day, it was Georgia Championship Wrestling for us, and they were sanctioned by NWA. And those who don't know, it stood for the National Wrestling Alliance. The National Wrestling Alliance, not the N word with attitude. That was a group called NWA, N with attitudes. I'm not going to say the word on that because I don't do racial slurs on I don't do racial slurs on it. I don't tolerate that either. But I believe that's why they changed it to WCW too, because of the group NWA. But I'm gonna be honest with you. When the group NWA first came out, I'm still talking about wrestling, don't get it twisted. When the group NWA first came out, a lot of people didn't know what it stood for the group name. All you had to do was listen to the beginning of Straight Outta Compton. Ice Cube actually he said Straight Outta Compton. Crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube with a gang called With Attitudes. So I already knew what it stood for. So, but like I said, I believe that's why they changed it to WCW too as well. Because the NWA just took that name. And to be honest with you, I ain't mad at them because guess what? Because they was the group right there. That was the group back in the late 80s, early 90s. But anyway, get back to wrestling. And before WCW actually bought out NWA, Ted Turner was running WCW. Then he sold it to Jim Herd, which he effed up real bad because him and Ric Flair hated each other. Him and Ric Flair didn't get along. But when they did have NWA, you had some great champions too as well. You had people like Harley Race, Ric Flair, Jerry Jack Briscoe, the Funk Brothers, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Sting, Luger, Dusty Rhodes, a whole bunch of them. But there was a lot of people in that organization should have been champions and they weren't. I tell you one. But even though he had the U.S. belt, he was U.S. champion. If he didn't have that act, if he wasn't in that, if this dude wasn't in no car accident and didn't get messed up pretty bad, he probably would have been champion too. And I'm talking about Magnum TA. And don't forget about David Von Erich. If he wouldn't have died so soon, I believe he could have been champion. But to be honest with you, Michael Hayes of the Fabulous Freebirds actually admitted that David Von Erich, if he would have lived, he would have been champion. But then, the Fabulous Freebirds and the Von Erichs, that was the rivalry back in the day. And that's another thing I liked about NWA, the rivalries. But to be honest with you, the best rivalry I actually saw in NWA, believe it or not, Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes. That's, tell you the truth, that's the greatest rivalry ever, if you ask me. They went at it. They put on a show and made a whole bunch of money. Yes, they did. And like I said, I had respect for both of them. Even though Ric Flair was the dirtiest player in the game, I didn't agree with his tactics when he was a heel, but at the same time, he was a good champion. Put it like this. If they feel like you can make money for their organization, they gonna make you champion. And to be honest with you, even though Ric Flair was a heel, but he was a great champion. For real, for real. One of the greatest champions. He talked a whole lot of sugar honey iced tea, but he backed it up. But one thing I didn't like, one thing I don't like about wrestling, I hate when people come in and try to interfere to have them to keep the belt. That's not the right thing to do. But I will say this about World Class in Texas. If they did that, they automatically lost the belt. And that was good. That was good right there. I like their World Class championship wrestling because they didn't do that traditional shit like you couldn't get thrown over the top rope or whatever. You throw over the top rope, you get disqualified. You can't win the belt with a disqualification. Hell, the World Class was like the hell with all that. If you got yourself disqualified deliberately, you automatically lost that belt. And that was a good thing. I liked it there. And they should do that a whole lot more. That'll make sure the wrestlers that show you right there. If they do that, they got to really show their skills, show they can really wrestle. But a lot of, that's why like when they get themselves deliberately disqualified just to keep their title, to me, that's not cool. And on the real, for real. And then, to be honest with you, a lot of people don't know. All that is just entertainment. Because if they really hated each other that bad, I don't think the person who running that company, I don't think they'll have that, because if they can't get along, just like any other job, somebody gonna get fired. Because, like I said, all it is just entertainment. But it's fun though. I've been watching. What made me get into wrestling when I was young was my grandfather. Yeah, the Deacon, Woodrow Wilson Stargell. He used to, every time before wrestling used to come on, he used to always tell us to turn on that channel so we can see those people fight. And I used to tell my granddaddy, stop the violence, man. I used to say that just to joke with him, but I used to, I ain't gonna lie to you. That was the thing right there. I rather watch wrestling back then than to watch Hee Haw, but I ain't gonna lie, don't get it twisted. I like the Hee Haw too now. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Oh, yeah, I thought, that was the only entertainment back when we were growing up. Hee Haw was, even though that was the only game in town, but a lot of times it was funny as I don't know what. You had to be drunk or super high just to watch that. But really, I like that rap. But you know, on Saturdays, it was American Bandstand, Tarzan, Fat Albert, Soul Train, wrestling, and hip hop. Now, yeah, I did watch Tarzan growing up. I really didn't care for American Bandstand. I mean, it was all right depending on who it is, but I would have rather watched Soul Train than to watch American Bandstand. Soul Train used to get down with the get down. Half of them jokers on American Bandstand didn't know how to dance worth the sugar honey iced tea. I mean, it was all right, but I like the Soul Train a whole lot better. But that didn't top wrestling with me because I was a big wrestling fan when I was a kid, and you know, and just to let y'all know, a lot of people say it's fake. No, it's more stage because guess what? You got to be in great shape to take all that punishment they be dishing out. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I never wanted to do a professional wrestling because if somebody would have spit on me, their ass would have been grass. And that's on the real.
Talk to me. Say something.
And I would have got fired from the company just for breaking somebody's neck for spitting on me. That's the nastiest thing you can do is spit on somebody. If you spit on somebody, you deserve to get your ass whooped. And that's on the real.
Talk to me. Say something.
But I'm going to say this right here. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. But like I said, another reason why I kind of got pissed off about wrestling, I didn't like how they did a lot of our people of color, you know, had them be the jobbers or the fall guys or whatever you want to call them. And then, you know, but you know, everybody say that Ron Simmons was the first black world heavyweight champion. You know who it was? Iceman King Parsons when he defeated Kerry Von Erich for that was a world class. So they didn't want to talk about that. They didn't want to talk about how he was the first one to win a belt. But you all know he had to drop the belt. You know, and y'all know the deal and you know why. But it's all good though.
Holla if you hear me.
But check this out. But since Ron Simmons, you had The Rock, you had a whole bunch of them, Bobby Lashley. It was a lot, Booker T. You had quite a few blacks there. Big E. Yeah, Mr. Don't You Dare Be Sour saying, brother. Kofi Kingston. But like I said, but that's another thing I don't like about it either. They got their picks who they want to be. They got their picks just like any other job, and I don't think that's right either. I mean, that's one thing. That's one thing I never really cared for is favoritism. I mean, especially when they know that person ain't sugar honey iced tea. But ain't that America? It is what it is. But it's still, but you know, but like I said, just watching it overall, wrestling is entertainment. I mean, it's just something to watch all the time, man. It's just something to watch. And then, you know, one thing I liked about it too, I like all the mess they used to talk. They talked all that mess, and still, a lot of them still didn't bust a grape. For example, remember the tag team demolition? You remember Smash used to go around talking about he was gonna kick somebody's teeth in. Well, guess what? When I used to see him in the ring, I ain't never seen that dude kick nobody in the mouth. But he did kick ass though, but he ain't kick nobody in the mouth. But I used to love to hear him do that promo. We're gonna kick your teeth in. I mean, I thought that was something for me to look forward to hearing him say because it was funny. And me and my homeboy, who I went to high school with, Bernard Kemp, we used to watch it just to hear him say that. And then and look, just let y'all know, I remember when me and Bernard went to a WWF match in '89. We had a ball, and not only we had a ball, we had flow seats. And during that time, tickets was pretty cheap. Hell, I mean, I got two tickets for like $20 something. That's good compared to now. And we was on the floor seats, and we sat where the wrestlers was coming out. But the one that really got us is when Bad News Brown, God bless him, he's gone to glory now. Even though he was a top heel asshole or whatever you want to call him, but when we cheered his name, he actually looked at us and smiled real quick and turned around and had that mean look again. But I'm glad he acknowledged that we were behind him. Because, also too back then there wasn't that many people of color that was into wrestling. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? You looking for a job? Lord have mercy. Glad for you. How you doing? I ain't seen or heard from you since 2,000 years. But anyway, I'm glad to see you on the live chat, Teresa. Thank you for joining. And I got a bone to pick with you, my sister. But it's all good. But yeah, keep on, taking a short break, looking for a job. But I hope you find one, and I wish you all the best because money talks and bullshit ran past 5 miles, and that's on the real. And I can understand that too, Teresa. I mean, like I said, you got to look. You know what the old saying say: if you don't work, you don't eat. I say that too, but I also say, damn the sirloin. I'll take the fried chicken and the macaroni and cheese, and I'll be satisfied. And that's the answer I told the manager when I first got hired at Kroger. And I still couldn't believe that dude fell out the chair and laughed. But guess what? It worked though, because I got the job.
Hallelujah.
And I've been with him, and now I retired. And guess what? Like those Mexicans used to say, Kroger was very, very, very good to me. And it really was. I had a whole lot. I mean, I had some good times there. I had more good times than bad. But like I said, but one thing I loved about working at Kroger, we had a union. Yes, we did. We had a union. And then on top of that, working in the grocery store, I can run into people I haven't seen, as I say, in 10,000 years. And it always was a pleasure when I saw them. But of course, we had some assholes and pricks that used to come up there and want to see. But guess what? But one thing I didn't allow is somebody who I know came up there and showed out on the job, and they did that. Not only I got them out of there, but I also had the power to have their ass banned from Kroger. Now, if it was up to me, and I had somebody banned, I could have them banned from any Kroger I wanted to. But hey, it is what it is. But put it like this: I was the best thing that ever happened to that damn store, that damn company. And they wish they could work it like me, but they couldn't. Now that I left, it was time for me to get the hell on. And yes, I did. So as soon as I retired, 2 days after that, I did what I said I did. I got the hell on, moved to North Carolina, started a new life. And like I feel a whole lot better, but don't get it twisted. I miss my family and my peeps. But at the same time, I had to do what's best for Carlos.
Hallelujah.
That's right. But just to let y'all know, Atlanta, Georgia, my people's in Atlanta. I miss y'all. But at the same time,
I don't miss the bullshit.
Talk to me. Say something.
that's right, I really don't. But it's all fine and good though, because hey, I'm at the age now. It's time to chill out and relax and enjoy life and live my best life to the fullest. And in the words of Jill Scott, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. That's all I can do. But so far it has been kind of golden, but shoot, I want the whole 9 yards. And I'm gonna get it too. And that's on the real. if it's something that you want, don't sing it, bring it, go for it. Do what you got to do to get it. Cause believe me, I am and I am and still will. But anyway, my session is up. My session is almost over. 30 minutes. But I want to thank everybody who took the time to view, check out, and watch the Carlos Stargell show. And I want to thank my homie from Decatur, where it's greater, Teresa Baker, for joining in on the live chat. Even though she was later than all outdoors, but she made it. And I appreciate it, and I always appreciate her support. We down like 4 flat tires. You already know. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so by hitting the like or the subscription bell.
And I sure would appreciate it.
On the real for real. FYI, I will be back later on today. So I'm not going to tell you what time, but at the same time, when I do go on, y'all will be notified, and I promise y'all that. So until later on, y'all, God bless you. I love you. Y'all be good. Y'all take care of yourselves and each other. And by all means,
please behave yourselves. And take every day one day at a time and put God first by all means.
And I want to thank everybody. And I want to thank everybody who took the time to check out and view and watch the Carlos Stargell show with your host, me, Carlos Stargell.
The last.
Because after they made me, they broke the mold. So until later on and next time, y'all, peace, 2 fingers. And I'm out of here like last year. And thank y'all so much for taking the time to tune in to watch the Carlos Stargell show. Later when you're straighter.